Hey, greetings ladies and gentlemen, it is Dan here, your urban treasure hunter, and after a short hiatus I am back to bring you some more videos on treasure hunting for fun and for profit. So in this video, I'd like to bring you the next installment of my mini video training series on treasure hunting. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to combine treasure hunting with eBay to create a big cash flow business. So stick with me in the next couple of minutes. I'm going to be giving you some great tips and suggestions on selling your treasures on eBay. All right, so let's get the first thing out of the way. One thing I hear from a lot of people is eBay's fees. They're charging higher fees. They charge fees to list an item. They charge fees when an item sells. Some people think exorbitant fees to do business on their website. But the way I look at it is eBay's fees are a part of doing business. If you had a storefront on Main Street, you're paying rent, you're paying utilities, you're paying insurance. You know, there's always a cost of doing business, whether you're doing business online or if you're selling items in a traditional walk-in storefront. So the way I look at it is eBay's fees are a part of doing business. They're a part of your overhead, and it's absolutely impossible to start or run a business without paying a certain amount of overhead. And I've tried other selling websites, and none of them, not a single one, can come close to the power of selling on eBay. When you sell on eBay, you open up your items to a global audience. I mean, within just the last week or two, I've sent an item to Russia, I've sent an item to China, I've sent an item to France, and as well as coast to coast all over the United States. It's not at all uncommon for me to send something overseas at least 4 or 5 times a month. So that's the power of selling on eBay, is your audience is virtually limitless. Now, when you sell on eBay, it's very important that you use a very creative, keyword-rich title in your listing. See, by default, only an eBay title is searchable by your potential buyer. Those who are searching for things they want to buy on eBay. Only the title is searchable. Someone would have to go into the advanced search feature to also search for your items, to search on your item's description. Not too many people are familiar with using that advanced search feature, so your best bet is to load up your title with really important keywords. As an example, I have here a vintage hairdryer. This is a real chrome metal case. It's got a wooden handle. The hairdryer is complete. It even comes on this metal chrome stand. This is a really cool item. Now, typically somebody would list that hairdryer. They'd say, old metal hairdryer, wooden handle, works great, this kind of thing. Now, you have to put yourself into the shoes of a potential buyer. Now, think about what a buyer might search for to find this item. Are they going to use the words like works great? Are they going to use words like wooden handle? I mean, in my opinion, using those words in your item's description when it comes to something like this hairdryer is a complete waste of time. Use keywords like 1950s memorabilia, hair salon collectible, decorative art. I mean, somebody could even display this beautiful old hairdryer as a piece of decorative art in their hair salon. A lot of times a business would want some sort of retro looking item or items that, just interesting, that make the place look more appealing to their customers, a conversation piece. That's the kind of item this is. So think creatively about how you could describe this type of an item so that it would bring more eyeballs and more potential buyers to your listing. Since we're talking about this hairdryer, let me bring up another, one of the difficult parts about selling on eBay is they have to be very careful about the kind of items that they allow to be listed, because they could be found culpable or liable if an item that they sell or is sold on their website is dangerous or is recalled or can create a potential hazard for somebody. For example, I listed this hairdryer. and a day later I received notification from eBay that they had ended my listing. The reason is because this is such an old hairdryer that there is no GFI protector attached to it. Well, this old hairdryer doesn't have that kind of a feature. It was not a federal requirement when this thing was made, but because it doesn't have that kind of a safety feature, it is deemed in eBay's eyes as a dangerous item. They don't look at it necessarily as a collectible, which it is. They look at it as a dangerous item because it doesn't have that shock protector as part of its power cord. So anyway, from that standpoint, eBay could be a bit of a pain in the ass to work with because I know that I could get pretty good money for this thing, but I'm not able to list it on that site. It's on Craigslist, but otherwise, it's a really cool item, something I don't mind holding on to. So anyway, just a couple words of advice on the do's and don'ts of listing and selling on eBay. So just a little bit more too on eBay selling fees. I have a store that I sell all these things in, an eBay store, and I can post a 30-day listing with a buy now price or buy now or best offer for only 20 cents. So if I come across an item like this hairdryer, again, I'm just going to use this as an example, and I'm not too sure what somebody would pay for this kind of an item, I'll shoot high. I'll put it in my store, let's say at a price of $125. Now, it only cost me 20 cents to post that listing. I have no idea whether or not anyone will come along to pay me that much money for this hairdryer, but at only 20 cents, why not shoot high on the price? I mean, if nobody buys after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or I have no inquiries or no lookers, then I can adjust the listing accordingly, or I'll just let it run for the full 30 days. But what have I lost? I've lost a little time, and I've lost 20 cents. So if you're not exactly sure of what an item might be worth or what somebody might pay for something, at least in my eBay store, if you're at an eBay store for 20 cents, you can list the item. And maybe you get lucky. Maybe somebody does come along and pays you that high number that you post your item at. For 20 cents, again, it's worth a roll of the dice. And I also have my eBay account integrated with my click and ship postal service account, as well as my PayPal account. I could literally list, sell, and ship everything through my eBay store, right through the computer, without ever having to leave my office. Because even when the item ships, I put it in a box, priority mail box, and arrange for a carrier pickup, so the postal service comes right to my house, picks the item up. All the transaction is done through PayPal. I mean, it's a pretty cool way to integrate all three pieces to developing a treasure hunting business. eBay as your selling platform, PayPal to complete the transactions, USPS to ship the items. All three of them are integrated, and things work really, really smoothly, and it's a great way to sell and make money as a business. It really is. So anyway, that's it for now. I could go into so much more detail on how to sell on eBay, how to transact with PayPal, even the shipping component, working with USPS, click and ship. There's so much I could go into on all this stuff, and maybe I'll do some follow-up videos. Speaking of, if you are interested in learning how to treasure hunt for fun and profit and you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please go ahead and hit subscribe now. I love to post videos that give you really helpful suggestions and tips on how to make money as a treasure hunter. If you would like to get some more great free information on treasure hunting, visit my blog. I have a nice bundle of information I give away on my blog. And also, be sure to join me and a growing community of fellow treasure hunters on my Facebook fan page. And I'm going to give you the web address for my blog and for Facebook right immediately following this video. But that's it for now. My name is Dan. I'm signing off, and I will talk to all you fine folks soon. Take care.